Hey folks, welcome back for another video. The hunt's popping up here real quick. I wanted to go through and show you guys how to build a kill kit for your packs. So, kill kit's basically something you keep in your pack and keep all the goodies that you need, so when you get one on the ground you're able to field dress it, process it, and get it ready to get packed out in the cleanest manner that you can. Starting off with how I like to get mine is the Mystery Ranch Void bags. You get these guys in a 3-pack, like $50. This one is the medium one. So once you stuff it up, just slides in your pack. You can see it's about the size of 2 hands there. It's nice kind of filled in the voids. That's where it gets its name from. So we're going to start off with this guy here. You can see it opens up. It's almost like a little trapezoid shape in here. You have a couple of tie down points, so if you want to run it on the outside of your pack or on the inside of a winglet, you got that there. I usually just kind of slide it right in the side into the gap there. So that's how I start my kill kit off. First thing you're going to want is a good set of quality game bags. So these are from Muley Freak. I think this is a new product for them. So synthetic, reusable, very breathable, which is nice, especially if early season archery hunts like we get here in Utah, where you're going to be hunting in 80, 90 degree weather. You want to be able to let it breathe, cool off your meat, so you're not getting any rank meat back home. So this one comes with 4 quarter bags and then another bag for all your trim and back straps and heart and liver and whatnot. Also comes in this nice carry bag here. Does have some reflective quality to it, so if you're coming back in late at night, you can hang it up on a tree and scare the hell out of yourself when you see something reflecting back at you. So that guy starts off as my base here. Just get it wedged in like so. Make it lay flat, get room for everything else. Alright, second off here, that I like, and it's kind of unique from what I've seen. A lot of guys carry a tarp in theirs. I carry one of these reusable drop cloths. So this thing folds out the size of a living room. It's nice to be able to lay down some quarters and whatnot, especially if you have your, you're all alone quartering out a deer, an elk, antelope. You're able to set it down on something nice and clean. You're not getting dirt, pine needles, leaves, mashed up into your meat. It's going to make your processor super happy, or yourself if you do it on your own. So helps just keep everything clean. Weighs virtually nothing and just slides up in there right towards the back. Also double as a rain shelter if you get caught in some, beaten down rain. So pretty nice to have in your pack. Tons of different uses with it. Weighs almost nothing and takes up far less room than a tarp. I mean, you can fold up a tarp to yay big here. This guy just rolls up tight there. You can also cut it, so if you don't need the full thing, and you can use it for a couple different seasons, or if you have a really good season and get a couple on the ground, it's a great way to do it. Alright, next thing I put in here, just size-wise, is going to be some wet wipes. Just clean yourself up a little bit. It's also nice if you have a little bit of blood on your cape, if you plan on mounting your deer, elk, antelope, especially antelope. Antelope stain like crazy. Wipe a little bit of that blood off before it has a chance to seep in. You taxidermist, so thank you. I know mine always does whenever I bring in a cape that doesn't look like it came out of a horror movie. Also, you get blood on your face. It happens, right? Clean yourself up a little bit. Clean up your knives, or nature calls, right? You got something if it's a little bit more than you were expecting. Alright, speaking of clean, nitrile gloves, rubber gloves. I got about 4 or 5 sets just jammed up in there. So, a lot of guys will call you a sissy for wearing gloves while cleaning your deer, but once you have had an infection, just a little nick on your finger from cleaning an animal, you're never going back to gloves. It also makes it nice so once you get, if you have a marginal shot on something, you get a lot of the goo that you necessarily wouldn't want to eat on there. Then you can sit down and make a little lunch afterwards before you get, to pack it out. So they just roll up, turn inside out, just throw them in your pack, throw them away when you get home. If you remember, it's always fun when you open up next season and find last year's elk sauce lined up in some nitro gloves in the top of your pack. Right, next up on the list, some way to attach your carcass tag to your animal. I have some zip ties here. They're great if you shoot something a little bit smaller. You just zip tie it right around the base of the antler. It's not going anywhere once you get it on there. If you're lucky enough and get something that one of these zip ties will not reach around, I carry a little bit of electrical tape. Also helps if you have a tag that gets ripped off via the zip tie. You can just tape it back onto your pack. Weighs almost nothing. Electrical tape's also nice if you just have a little bit of toolage in your pack. So if something breaks, something goes south, you got at least some electrical tape for something. It's also nice if you cut your finger, you can bandage it up, give it a little electrical tape band-aid. Zip ties, quivers rattling on your bow, you can cinch it down on there. So it's nice, multi-purpose. Speaking of multi-purpose, the first knife on here is going to be my multi-tool. There is a plethora of things to do with this. Everyone always finds themselves needing a set of pliers for some reason. A little screwdriver in here. Something comes loose on your gun, your bow. You also have a knife in here. Not a whole lot of use to that little Boy Scout one. But the other thing I do like in this guy is the flathead screwdriver. So if you're, like I said, if you get one that you want to throw up on the wall and you're keeping it out, this flathead is incredible for just getting up. As you make your Y cut up the back and you're right at the burrs of your antlers, you don't want to go saw into that. Your taxidermist is going to block your number for next season. You just get in there and you just wedge that knife and just peel it right off of that burr. So that way you're not ripping it up. So also doubles, like I said, something falls off your bow, your gun, your muzzle loader, spear, So another multi-use thing, I just throw it in there. Main knife I use while cleaning something is just one of these replaceable blade scalpel blades. This one's an outdoor edge. It's a little bit bigger. I have used the Gerber Vital in the past. I like this one because it's got kind of your thicker base to it. So you can get a little more leverage, not a whole lot. I mean, these are just paper thin. You can see how thin it is there. So you get a lot of leverage on here. You're just going to snap it off and make yourself a booby trap for going in there and trying to find it. I've had it a few times where the tip of that knife just ends up somewhere in the elk or deer. So I like these ones. I haven't tried the Big Game Vital. That's a little bit bigger. I've always just had the regular standard size one. But with this guy, you want to bring some replaceable blades. Super easy. You just nail that button there. Blade pops off. Pop a new one on. You do want to be mindful of where you put your empties at, so you don't poke a hole in your pack or into your back. I've seen that where it went through the back and just started digging into someone's back on the hike out, so that was pretty fun. These blades take up no room or weight at all. They are packaged with a little plastic protector on there, so if does get in here, it's not going to shish kebab your pack while you're rummaging around the woods. So I'll just slide that guy in here and we'll go to the next knife. Alright, next knife I like to use is one of these fixed blade folders, just one that you're able to put a little bit of leverage on, right? So when you're popping off a head, up at the atlas joint, or if you're doing hips, trying to pop out ribs or something like that, you have a knife that you're able to put a little leverage on and not pop it like one of the scalpel blades. So if you do that, you're just going to delete half your knife and just... So it's also good to have a backup knife with you. So if you run out of scalpel blades, you're halfway through, almost done with your elk and you're out of blades, they're all dull as a butter knife, you're able to pop this guy out and still finish up the job, right? So I keep a couple knives with me just for that reason. It is also nice if you have a buddy, he doesn't have a knife for some reason, he can jump in and help as well. Also, keep that rolling, I keep a knife sharpener in my pack. Almost imperative when having a knife without a replaceable blades on it. So it takes up a good chunk of room, a little bit more than I would kind of like. I like to be able to have a firm grip on it, not one of those little tiny ones and you're trying not to cut your fingers while sharpening your knife. You get a coarse side and a fine side, so if it gets really dull, you can just start from scratch, or if you just need to put a quick edge on it, you have that fine side, just whip it through there a few times, and put those into the void bag. Then, second to last thing I like to carry, a little retractable soft tape here. Be able to throw a quick score on your animal. You've been looking at it maybe even all summer long. You want to see what those thirds actually shook out to be. No more tall tales back in camp when you have one of these guys here. Also, if you're in my state, a lot of my tags here, when you do your harvest survey, they want you to put in your antler measurements. So this is nice. So when you're in the field, you can just do a quick measure on it. So when you fill out your harvest survey, you're prepared to have all the info that the state needs. Oh, and then last but not least, I put this in last so I make sure I can get it out first. A little bag of allergy pills here. If you're like me, I'm allergic to just about everything that has hair on it. Dogs, cats, elk, moose. I don't know. I'm sure I'm allergic to an elephant in one way or another here. So I just throw a couple in there, so it's the first thing that comes out of my kill kit. And I'm able to pop those in so I'm not going to be miserable hiking out. All itchy, eyes swollen shut like Rocky coming out of the boxing ring, sneezing, right? So I just do the little once a day non-drowsy ones. If I do Benadryl, I'm going to have to pitch a camp there and take a nap before I pack out, because I will be falling asleep off the mountain. Rolls up into nothing. You can even fold it in half there. Also doubles up, like dual purpose again. You have a Ziploc bag in case you need it for something. And then just shove all that in there. Get a really nice zipper on this. Nice pull cord. Zip shut. There's your kill kit. It takes up not a lot of room. It's stuff you gotta bring anyway, so we're not bringing a bunch of gimmicks with us and trying to find somewhere to pack it in there. 2 hands deep, about a hand tall. Kind of a waterproof material on this guy as well. So, like I showed you, you got the little loops here so you can pack it, in the winglets of your pack. Like, I have a Badlands 2200 that has the bat wings on it. This would just fold up perfect in here. I wanted to upgrade my pack. I'm sure Mystery Ranch has all sorts of attachments, so you can put this in, on, around, or under, upside down in your pack. So, thank you guys for watching with us today. Really appreciate it. If you could throw a like on here and subscribe, and it helps me make more videos like this for you guys. Also, throw in the comments what you would add to your pack, what you would take away. Half the things in here have just been advice from other hunters over the years, so it would be nice to, maybe I got a little room in this. You can see I could probably put in a few more gizmos in there, so put in the comments what you would add, what you keep in yours that maybe not everyone else does, and love to hear it. I think this is going to turn into kind of a series. I drew a Utah Book Clips rifle deer tag. Starts 80 days from today, so I'm wanting to just go through and put on YouTube me getting ready for the hunt and things I'm getting prepared, and we're going to be doing a scouting video, range videos. We're going to be, filming the hunt to the best of our abilities. We're not professionals around here, but we would like to put on a good show of some sort for you guys. And who knows, maybe it'll blow up and it'll be the next hot hunting video on the YouTube. So thank you guys very much again for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next one.